very brief because I have 5 minutes. Some of you know I've had a lot of experience with death. I've known 2 people who are in the age of 30 who have passed away in the last 4 weeks. One of them is my cousin. And so when I get phone calls from my mom, it's never good. I have an 84-year-old aunt with a stroke. Okay? Worst part about that is nobody found her in 24 hours. We just had a family argument a while ago, about 3 months ago. You know, you can't stay in this big house by yourself. Well, the argument's over. She's not going to go. She's still alive, she's still with us. Praise God. While she was there, though, she started seeing something after her stroke. And to this moment, right now, down in the hospital in Cape Breton that she's in, she swears that her guardian angel is sitting over her, watching her, praying for her. Now, whether she's seeing something because she had a stroke, or whether her guardian angel is right there, I can't say. I haven't been to the hospital yet. Even if I go there, I don't have a scanner that goes, oh, this is actually a genuine miracle. In fact, it doesn't even work that way for the church. What I can tell you is this. That's what kept her alive for 24 hours she lied. Was that person her talking to. So whether it was a voice in her head or God, I tend to believe it was God. And that God has a plan for her not to be at 84 years old. And that God is working in the situation. It's really got a lot of my family who isn't very religious talking about it. And there's a little bit more to the story. But if you want that, I'll talk to you after because I don't have time. And I want to talk about the gifts of the Holy Spirit. Because that Steubeville, stuff can happen. God can work very profoundly. And I do not want you to be unprepared for this. Okay? I'm making eye contact with Sarah. She's counting. Okay, good. Here's what can happen. The whole Catholic Church believes in the Holy Spirit. Duh. We say that every week. But we believe that the Spirit manifests itself differently. Now, first of all, none of these gifts are more profound or better or anything like that. Okay? Let me throw that one out there. None of them are lesser. In fact, St. Paul talks about there's one Spirit of many gifts, there is one body of many roles, none, and all of them are there. I want to give you, and so the same kind of things you receive at your baptism and your confirmation, the gifts of the Holy Spirit. Wonder not. And these are some of the things that you can receive. You know, wisdom, right judgment. And you can receive them in very profound ways as a student. If you're open to it, which is why Bible talks about openness and the openness, and why we talk about God's trust. If God has prepared for you, like, I truly believe the right people are going on this pilgrimage. You know, I personally invited close to 300 young people to go on this pilgrimage. Between teens that I saw when I was going to school, between teens that I've spoken to individually, and only 32 from this group, but about 70 people I've invited to come, which is pretty good. 1 in 4, which is, by the way, statistical anomaly. If you invite 4 people, 1 will come. Keep that in mind when you're inviting people to Mass as a life game. 1 will come. Now, I believe that the ones who said no, God still loves them. But the ones that are coming, God has prepared something special for them on this pilgrimage. Something remarkable. And you will get different things. And some of these things will be gifts like wisdom, by the way, which allows you to make good decisions. Knowledge, which would be knowledge of an event that you shouldn't have knowledge of, other than God revealed it to you. Faith. My small group, we talked, a couple of people shared about how they came back to Steubeville and they were on fire and they were praying really fervently. That's a really good sign. Fervently is intense. It's a really good sign that God is really present. It's a really funny word. I would enjoy it. Healing. This is another one. This is one that people go, okay, you know, I can see prayer, wisdom, healing. Literally, this still happens. There is an oratory in Montreal where they hang up the walkers from the people who get healed. This isn't just stuff that happened in biblical times. It's happening today in the world. People are being healed. Miracles. This is something that completely defies the laws of nature. Physics, nature, wherever you want to go. God does not live inside a box. Even though technically we put Jesus in the tabernacle, God does not live there, by the way. Prophecy. Sometimes people will be given knowledge and a word that they're supposed to share. I totally had that experience in one of my school experiences. I was told to go be a youth pastor. Maybe you don't know. Some people, they get tongues. That's one that you may hear. Some people babble. Sounds like baby babble. The reality is they're speaking a language only God understands. Or interpretation of tongues, which is one people hears. Okay? The other one that you may see, and the one that most people get freaked out by, is called resting in the Spirit. Resting in the Spirit is when you're completely conscious. It looks like faith, but basically the person feels it. And what's happening is they're having such a profound experience between them and God, the rest of the world doesn't know. They've lied down and they're speaking with God about having a spiritual experience. And basically they've blocked everything. They know they can hear people, they can respond, but they don't care. So whatever's going on between them and God is more important to that. The purpose of this usually is rest, revitalization, sometimes even mission. God is giving them a message and a purpose. So, most teens ask me this point, what's happening to me? Well, maybe. I've always said that everybody goes there and gets a gift. God gives you something. Sometimes it takes a lifetime to reveal, sometimes it takes a very short period of time. Sometimes it manifests itself in one of those more dramatic ways. And it all depends on you. For example, I've rested in the Spirit. I always joke because I'm dense. I am extremely dense. My wife hit on me for almost 3 months before I actually started. I'm as dumb as a stone.
It's too easy to insult.
It's true though. And so God, for me, had to go, okay, Brad, you're going this way. And this is the same experience. I call this Paul experience, because St. Paul had the same experience. He was moving, he was going in a direction. And in fact, God went, no. You're supposed to go that way. And he did the exact same thing to me. And I say a lot of people had Peter experience. And I have a very good friend. And he always jokes, we always joke, Peter and I. Because his experience, he never had one like friend experience. He only got mad at me. He said, you every time you go to a retreat, something happens to you. And I'm like, and something doesn't happen to you? And he's like, no, but I want one of those. And I'm like, I wish I could have one of those. And by the way, that's Christ, that's Peter show. But the others, some people will get it and it won't have to be that profound. It will be something more simple, but it will be just as special. In fact, it won't be physically profound. It will be a different kind of profound. It will be life-changing. So what I'm saying to you is, summer. Stuff's going to happen to you. Anticipate that stuff is going to happen. Don't be afraid of it. It's all very Catholic, all very scripturally based. We're going to have like 8 bishops there, and don't worry, they're not going to let anything bad happen to you. Don't say,